This is just a real quick video to talk about how to clean up your max patch. Maybe you've got some old max patches that don't really look quite as neat as they did on another resolution, or maybe you just had to bang it up real quick, or maybe you don't remember how it works at all and you just don't know where to even begin with it. So I just think I'll start by, let's see where we can start. Okay, so this is a max patch by Rama Gottfried, and I quite like this visual effect. I mean, we don't really need to see exactly what's being added here. We can see that it's lots and lots of patch chords. But if you did want to get into the nitty-gritty of that, I'm sure you could, because it's nice and clear. If we take an example like the one that I've got here, I just click on that. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I've already downloaded it a whole bunch of times because I've been trying to do this video a couple of times. There you go. No. Oh, I can just open Max. Open recent. So you've got a little patch like this, and you want to fix it up so you can understand what's going on. Now, this can be I don't know, a patch like this can feel a bit stressful, so you firstly might want to just really space everything out. So we use the scale spacing, command, mode, whatever. Drag it out nicely. And also, we want to get rid of these connections. Some people will prefer to use these. I used to as well, but I'm going to get rid of them now. And already I can see here that we've got this int is now, well, we've got an output from the ZL object that's coming in the top here, and then we're setting it back into the right input of this ZL union object, which is it's a bit unclear to see here. That's probably one of the only things that'll be hard to kind of fix up doing this. But what you can do as well is, and I think this is sort of the main thing, really just kind of work out which objects are part of which kind of little, constructs. This can also help you. See, this one's being kind of put to that side, and this one here. And then what you want to concentrate on is just getting objects out of the way of the patch chords. And even this might seem obvious. It just took me a while to work this out myself, just to kind of really have these mega patches that I would make, and then I'd leave them alone for a long time and come back to them, and I'd want to just get straight into it, and then I'd have to wait. So I did stuff like this, work out if I prefer that to that. I think with these kind of things, I usually did stuff more like this. If I'm going to make it really clear that there was an input there, I'll do that. This other thing is that the text can be hard to read, so you can go up and show fonts. Maybe I want this to be more legible from that zoom level. Maybe I want to have something that's a little bit easier to see from smaller zoom level. I can even do stuff like that. I then have to make decisions like, oh, well, do I want to have this below or to the side? I think this stuff shouldn't just be kind of left up to the individual to kind of work out. I mean, this is kind of one of the great things about Max is you can do this graphical stuff in command line type paradigms. You don't have this wonderful patch-like structure that you get with high-level languages. So there you go. That makes it a little bit clearer what's going on there. If I really want to know that this is a gate, interesting. So if I pull that out, maybe this can go here, and if I want to make it really really clear that this is where things leave the patch, that's a bit too big, but I can make them all kind of like that. It looks a bit prettier if I do it like this, I think. Now fonts are super useful. So if I go into here, I really want to see what's happening here. Show fonts, and boom, it's heaps bigger. I can really see this number here now. And obviously this isn't my patch, right? But it looks like when I started with it, I was like, oh yes, I have to make a video on this because this is exactly what I'm dealing with a lot of my patches. You can also do stuff like that. So say you want to make it clear that you want to see this a little bit more prominently. I'm not sure, but I think you can probably, no, you can't. Okay, that's right. So there we have it. Right. Let's see what else we can do here. There's also other things you can do where you can kind of more generally, like maybe that's not enough for me. Maybe I need to tease it out a lot more. Now, yeah. Oops. Okay, so now we're starting to get into the territory. It's getting quite big, right? So maybe we have to zoom out. It's just hitting Control minus. Just like that. Oh, now we can really see a form coming together. So it's like untangling a max patch. I think it's a little bit like untangling a necklace. My partner, she had this nice necklace that she wasn't wearing because it got a bit tangled up, and now the cat's gotten it tangled up again. But so I might have to untangle it again. And the way I did last time was much like this. I got the necklace and I placed it down on a nice clear, white surface. It's a gold necklace, little one, really fine. So then I could see what was happening a lot better. And then I just got 2 pins and I just teased out the little kind of bits that would get tangled up. And so it's just like the necklace here. I like using sometimes these little figures of 8. They can be quite cool because then I can immediately see, and you see this a lot in music notation, I can immediately see that pattern is there. And even though I'm really zoomed out, I can still see that pattern's there. There's also ways to do it like this. Maybe I want to just like get it real clear. I want to make that my notation. There we go. Yeah, now we're talking. I like these sort of forms sometimes. So the inspiration for this from me, and I haven't even gone and looked at what's happening in the patch yet, which I will do after this video, I think. Sometimes it can be really nice to have one input lined up here. Because Max is like, as far as I know, highly procedural, so you can now work out what's happening when, which is, I think, super important. I can already see that we've got some of this going on. We've got to double check that the operations are happening at the right time. Actually, one thing for me is I grew a lot as a Max user, so I might have gone, oh, I wouldn't really do it like that anymore. Although that's perfectly valid as well, depending. Actually, there's a case where I would do it like that. Now that I think about it, I'm talking about more like using one output to go to 2 different termination points in another object. Yeah, I mean, that's looking pretty good. I reckon I'm pretty happy to get started really understanding what's going on there. So the inspiration for a lot of this, if I just go back to Miro, which is in my browser here, and it's important to notice that while we're here, this is You Clouds of Doom. We wrote that patch that I was teasing apart there. So on a simpler level, you can see this particular piece of circuitry is embedded on on a canvas, and you can really see what's happening in the circuitry, and it sort of elevates it to another level. Circuitry isn't just some assumed black box. This is like a very pretty looking thing. It looks like a breadboard. I'm not sure if it is. I was trying to zoom in before just to see what it says here, but a bit blurry, so I'm just going to go to the exhibition I went to. I think sort of subconsciously this was the influence on this, because I saw some of this artist's work when I was very young, and then after seeing Rama Godfrey present at the Tenor conference in Paris in I think it's 2015. Yeah, 2015, the first one. He also had some really beautiful patches that made it really clear what was happening in the patch. It was good for presenting. If you're presenting at a conference, it might help to do stuff like this. So Writing History of the Future was the exhibition. It's closed now. And it does say here, let's just go to the other, oh yeah, Künstlerin. Okay, so we've got the artist here. Might have hands up. Well, I might have removed that better. Anyway, that's a bad way to do it. I don't want to drag on about this for too long. Let's have a look at Chrome and SecArt. These are actual my higher resolution photos. That should make things easier. Okay. Yeah, there we go. It's really cool stuff in this exhibition. That's it. Vaulted Gears. Yep, that's him. Vaulted Gears. German guy. And I just really loved this particular piece, which is cool because it's in 3D. There's quite a number of these in 3D. There we go, I can zoom in like that with that shortcut, that's nice. Oh, that's zooming in the browser. Okay. Again. Okay. What's great about that is it's actually interactive, but it's really, it's behind glass. It's actually that one might be. So, if you understand circuitry, then you can literally see what's happening here. So it's a beautiful kind of score and it's a beautiful piece of music at the same time. And it's also allows people to look into electronic music, in a much deeper way. So this video is 12 minutes now, and that's probably long enough. I'll just stop it there, and I'm hoping to return to this with another video in the future because there's a lot more to it, I think.